Day 44 of 1,461 days of ignoring the Trump administration. Not a self-help guru, baby. Just trying to help myself. When I thought about day 44, I thought about Reggie Jackson, famed baseball player of the New York Yankees, who I grew up watching. And I thought about my childhood and how that was an innocent time until it wasn't. And that's kind of what we're going through right now. Tonight is the State of the Union address. And if you did not know that, please continue to not know that, because I will not be protesting by not watching. I'm just not going to be not watching because I don't put in the energy to watch someone who I know is going to lie to me, gaslight me, as the parlance has led us to calling lying and manipulation. It's combined lying and manipulation into that word gaslighting, but you know what I'm talking about. This is someone whose voice will penetrate our souls, and we do not want that. I know that sounds hyperbolic. I know that sounds over the top, but let me reel it back into a approach that might seem a little bit more holistic and realistic and down to earth. You don't put yourself in the presence of someone you don't trust. You don't put yourself in the presence of someone who repeatedly tells you things that when you hear them, you just say to yourself, that don't make a whole lot of sense. You don't continually put yourself in the way of harm. And that is what the Trump administration is doing right now. It is harming us, even if a year from now, we all look back and go, wow, life is pretty damn great. I was mistaken. Well, I will tell you this right now. There are people who go to couples therapy and somehow they save their marriages, and somehow they do look back and say, wow, I'm glad we did that because now things are much better. Well, I am an open-minded person and I am open to that possibility. But right now, the beatings are continuing. And if they are continuing, that's when you pack up that car and you drive away. And you don't drive away in haste. You drive away because that situation is not serving you. That situation is bringing you down. And therefore, tonight, I'm not going to be watching the State of the Union address to say, hey, look at me. I'm not watching the State of the Union address. I'm going to not watch the State of the Union address because that is what is appropriate when, let's say you're a person who has kids. Let's say you're a person who has aging parents. They want you to spend that time and energy with them. They don't want you to be paying attention to the Trump administration.